Hi, welcome to Selectamatic again. I thought this video I'll show you or introduce you to a new member of the fleet. For the last few years we've been using a small grass tractor to do all the running around the croft. But obviously as we want to do more with the croft, need something a bit more heavy duty. So this is a new member. So we'll see how we get on with that. Basically we're going to use it to try and improve the fields and various bits and pieces around about. Hopefully be quite a useful tool. But obviously it's quite an old tractor, it's a 1969 tractor. So I've got to go over it, and it's supposedly been restored, or had certainly a lot of work done to it, and I need to go over it and check it over. But this video was just basically just to introduce you to it, so you can see what we've got, and you'll see what problems we encounter as we go along. Okay, so hopefully, as I say, looks good though, but I think it needs a bit more work yet. Okay, so I've brought the tractor in now, so I can give it a once over. I have found several things wrong with it, and what I'll do is I've taken some pictures, but I've highlighted one bit that I want to look at first, because it's probably is really important, because if I leave it, potentially it could end up damaging the radiator on this, because there is actually a part in front of the radiator that is actually not secured properly, and that could potentially damage the radiator and cause me all sorts of problems. So I'm going to start off with a picture to show you when I took the bonnet off. This is what I found under the bonnet, and then after that I'll do a video or show you a video of what I did to remedy that, and then hopefully you'll get an idea of the kind of pitfalls that you get when buying something of this age. But we'll see how we get on. As I say, I'll show you what I've done so far, and then as I say, there was a few bits and pieces I found, and I will be doing future videos on them as well, and show you how I've remedied them as well. So yeah, off we go. As you can see, I'm working on David Brown today, and taking the bonnet off and having a look at the front end. I've disconnected the battery here, and before I disconnected the battery, I could see the air filter unit, which sits like that. Well, I'm taking the air filter off of the bonnet and revealing, I could see that this was just hanging. It wasn't even connected here, and the upright on this side was just sitting there. It wasn't even attached to anything, wasn't even attached to the air filter. It was just sitting in here. So anyway, I've taken that out, and I've seen that the bottom was corroded, and I've extended it and rebuilt it, and I'm going to end up cutting it off there and putting the second hole in it. But I'm obviously investigating what the issue, why this project that was supposedly completed has so much more going on with it. And so finding that basically there was only 2 points that the air filter was being supported with, was this bolt here and basically where the air pipe goes through the bonnet. So I've taken that part out, as I say, and I've started repairing it. I've repaired the air filter. The air filter was incomplete, and I've managed to rebuild that and sort that out now. But I'm finding, I found on this side that both bolts were sheared into the front part of the tractor there. So I've actually drilled one out, and I've managed, and what I'll do is I'll probably end up rethreading that, and then I'll put some new bolts in there to redo that. But I thought I'd just show you this side. This is the kind of thing that you come up against when you buy old vehicles, and people have just botched them over the years. So as you can see, I'll give you, I'll see if there's more light on this. There we go. A bit more light on it, so you can see where the bolt is. And basically, you can see that this bolt is sticking out quite a length anyway. So that's something going on there straight away. So, so if I start undoing this, let's see what we got. Okay, so there was obviously not a lot of thread holding this in. Again, this one's corroded at the bottom, so I'm going to have to rebuild that. And the second bolt down there has sheared. So I'm going to have to rebuild this and sort that out, and basically find out what's going on here. And it's packed out with washers. I've got another nut on there. Yeah, that's what you call well bodged. So what I'll do is I'll now fix that now, and I'll do what I did with the other one. I'll extend it out and I'll put a hole in here, but I'm going to have to remake the hole here and obviously sort out bolts to go in there. I'm trying to use imperial bolts for it, because obviously it's a 1968 tractor, and you know, I'm trying and keep it as right as possible. I mean, obviously, being something that's 50 plus years old, it's not going to be completely perfect, but, and it's got to be a usable item as well. But we'll give it a go and see how we get on. And yeah, keep watching. Okay, so we're investigating what the story is behind this bolt. So I can understand now why there was only a little bit of the bolt gripping inside the hole now, because I've checked the thread on it and it's actually an M8 bolt. So what I'll do now is, I think it's going to be 5/16 the UNC thread. So I've prepared a bolt that I found, and it is actually, and I've cleaned the thread, and it is actually 5/16 UNC. So I will now check the hole. So I've got a tap, and I'm hoping that the thread is going to be okay. So there's a little bit of resistance there, but it's actually obviously where that bolt was going on the threads. It was trying to damage the threads, but the rest of the threads seem okay, and that's coming cleaner now. So I'm going to wind that all the way into clean threads completely, and then we'll hopefully see that's all okay. So I've managed to stop any further damage on that hole. So I've hit the bottom of the hole now, so that's good. It's all the way in there. So let's unwind it. Feels a lot freer now. So there's 4 mounting bolts for this, and I think I'm going to have to redo 3 of them, but I've managed to save that one, which is good, it's handy. So let's see if my bolt now fits. Moment of truth. Oh yeah, that's good. So that's a good one. So now I've got a good bolt to hold it, but I've got a hole down here to reinstall and a thread to reinstate here, and then hopefully once I've done that and done the other side here, I can then put the air filter unit back on, and that should hopefully be it sorted out. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, so it's now next stage. I've taken the hole out here to 3mm, then to 5. I'm now going to progress that to a 6mm bit, and hopefully that should be enough to get us ready for tapping the hole. See how we get on. I'll put some oil in there first. Okay, so that's me through the hole, just to show you that I did get through there eventually. Okay, so that's now 6mm drilled out. So then going to tap it. So we'll see how we get on with the tapping. As you can see, I've managed to work it in so far with the tap. It's an awkward position this, and I've been using the combination of the bar handle that I've got and this 3 millimeter drill bit to try and turn it and get the thread in place. And as you can see, it's quite hard. As I say, access is not the best, doesn't help. So if I can use a combination of the two to cut, that will we're nearly through. Actually, I think that's us through now. So, hopefully, should be able to put a nut in there. See if it's going to work. So that's that one. That worked. There you go. So that's that. This one is taking a lot more to drill out. Someone has put in something very hard in there in the past, and I've used an M42 bit to drill it out so far, but I have to keep going with that, and hopefully I'll get the hole back eventually. But yeah, that one's proven to be a bit difficult, but we'll carry on and see how we get on. So that's it for part one, and in part two we'll do the reassembly of the air filter, and I'll show you what I did to the air filter as well. Had to do some modifications to that because of getting hold of parts, but I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found that useful, and hopefully I'll see you for part two.